Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have some fun goodies to play with. I took advantage of the Sydney Grace Christmas in July sale, picked up a couple of things. I also got this beautiful package from Merit Beauty. So I have gathered some stuff to put a full face together, a lot of Merit. If that sounds like fun, let's get into it. I'm gonna start with this beautiful Merit box. I am so grateful. They sent me 4 products. The first one is this Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. This is a lightweight cream that instantly blurs and preps skin for makeup while helping to provide time-release hydration for perfected skin all day. You get 1.7 ounces or 50 mils of product. Gorgeous packaging as per usual. I'm gonna pump 1 pump onto my fingers. Smells like skincare. It feels very lightweight. I'm seeing a lot of glow. We'll let it dry down and see if it blurs a bit. The second product I got is the Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. We took our time perfecting every last detail, so it's not just another tinted mineral sunscreen, but one you'll actually want to wear every day. It has a buildable light as air formula, sheer natural skin finish, 100 mineral zinc oxide active, non-comedogenic, safe for sensitive skin, oil-free, and made without silicones. They sent me shade 16, but I'm gonna wait to put this on. I wanna give this moisturizer some time to sink into my skin. I also got the Minimalist, and this I've spoken about before because I already own it. I just own it in a different shade. This is not a foundation or a concealer, it's both. Use it only where you need it, so you get compliments on your skin, not your makeup. I love that. This is the shade Sand, and the shade that I already own is Ecru. I will swatch both of them when I get to that part. And the last thing I got was a brush, which I'm assuming I'll use it to blend the Minimalist stick. It is specifically called brush number 1, blending brush. Beautiful, weighty, it's got a flat top, soft bristles. It's been a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Uniform Sunscreen. This is in shade 16, as I mentioned. Here is 1 pump. I'm assuming I'm gonna need at least 2 pumps. I'm just gonna start spreading this on my face. The shade is a little dark, but honestly, I'd rather it be too dark than too light. And I think it's blending down my neck just fine. I'm very glowy. So I'm gonna add a little bit of my Sephora Collection corrector underneath one eye because I wanna see if it makes a difference if I have corrector with that Minimalist under my eyes or if I don't need it. But there's only one way for me to find out. This shade in the Best Skin Ever corrector is Peach. Now go ahead and just tap that under my left eye. Just blend it in. This is a favorite corrector. So there you can see the darkness is gone on this side and still there on the other. Now let's swatch these Minimalist sticks. Here we have Sand. And here we have what I've already owned, which is Ecru. Kind of perfect because I think Sand is gonna match my skin tone and Ecru I can use to brighten. I'm sorry if you hear my phone dinging. I have a sister in the hospital, so I'm getting lots of texts from people. She is doing well. Prayers are appreciated. So here's the thing. I don't always love when people use different shades of the same product in videos because I'm thinking, well, now I have to buy both shades. So I'm gonna try to make Sand work under my eyes and on any places I need extra coverage on my face. I think what I'll do is just that. Go a little here. Gonna go around my nose, and this is silky smooth, lightweight. Just gonna put it anywhere I feel like I could use a little bit more coverage. Now I'm gonna use this brush and just start tapping. Feels super soft, and it's small enough that I can get it under my eyes. And I like that where I added the Minimalist took a little bit of the shine away. So looking at my under eyes, I do see a little bit more coverage on the side with the corrector than without, but it's minimal difference. I'm gonna see if I can build up the side with less coverage. This again is the shade Sand. I think that helped. We'll see if it creases. Again, I'm gonna let it set for a few minutes before I add powder. I'm gonna next go in with my Merit bronzer. This is in the shade Seine. This is one of the creamiest bronzer sticks I've ever used. It is lovely. I like to just swipe it on my face. You can go in with a very light layer or you can build it up and it just blends right into the skin. I'll next go in with my Merit Flush Balm blush, and this is in the shade Rouge. I love a good red blush. This is my Sigma F47. Ooh, just brings the face to life. She's a little blush heavy, but it will tone down when I add powder, which I will do right now. I just brought in my Huda Cherry Blossom. I have not used this in a hot minute. I've powdered one side just to show you, much more matte and blurred, or you could go with that luminosity if that's what you want. This oily girl likes the more matte look. There we go, and I left the glow on the cheeks because I think it looks very natural and healthy. One last Merit product before I get into my little Sidney Grace haul. This is their Shade Slick Tinted Lip Oil, and I have mine in the shade Falcon. I'm gonna throw a little bit of my NYX Duck Plump liner in Beige Boost, and then we're gonna add this. I went ahead and filled in the lips with this lip liner because this is a little more sheer of a product, but I will swatch it for you. It's just a really pretty brown. It's got no scent. It's got a really nice slip to it. Gives a nice shine. Very pretty. I'm very happy with the complexion. The first thing that I got during the Sidney Grace sale was this right here. This is the Cozy Cafe palette. It is described as a 15-pan palette that is a beautiful blend of cool browns and soft cool pinks. The really cool thing about Sidney Grace is that their palettes do come in light and deep options. This is a gorgeous palette. It's actually the second palette that I've ever purchased from Sidney Grace. The first one was the collaboration with Mel Thompson. So Sidney Grace will always be special to me because I miss Mel Thompson. I loved Mel Thompson. I inspire to be the YouTube creator that she was. May she rest in peace. Very excited to have this. I've also through the years picked up singles from Sidney Grace. You can get Z palettes, you can get individual shadows. And here is my little Sidney Grace individual shadow collection. And if you're not familiar with Sidney Grace's formula, it really is truly lovely. Super smooth. The shimmers are popping, but in a classy way. And before I get into the palette, I wanted to show you the other thing that I purchased during the sale, and that was a fragrance. I didn't even know Sidney Grace had fragrances. The one that I picked was Moonlit Meadow, and it is described as a beautiful fragrance scent with notes of orange blossoms, vanilla cream, coffee, cedarwood, and patchouli. And they are very affordable. I got the 10 ml atomizer for $10, and then they sell a 50 ml mister for $35. So this packaging, you just twist it and the sprayer comes up. I will admit I did cheat and I've already smelled it. One of Luke's therapists was here and she loved it so much she insisted that I give her the website immediately. I can smell the vanilla. I can smell a little bit of the coffee. It does have a slight citrus undertone, maybe the orange blossoms. It's beautiful. And for $10, definitely recommend. I think this is going to be a new favorite. I want to spend a little bit of time with this palette. I'm going to swatch 3 shimmers and 3 mattes. If you want more, let me know. I can do a short. Let's go with one on each row. We've got a grayish tone, a more pinky tone, and then this one is a little more brown. I think I'll do Fudge Delight, People Are Watching, and Toasted Bagels. How fun are those names? We have Fudgy Delight, People Are Watching, and then Toasted Bagels. Next, let me do 3 mattes. Soup of the Day, A Good Book, ooh, so delicate, and Cinnamon Latte. Creamy, lovely. Let's do it. I think I'll stay in the brown row for today. Let me know if you want more looks. We'll start with that Cinnamon Latte. Thank you, Sydney Grace, for providing a mirror. I do have my eyes primed. And of course, I'll have everything listed and linked in the description box below, which some are affiliate links. So if you shop with those links, I make a small commission, and I want to thank you so much because it does help support me and my channel. Cinnamon Latte is gorgeous. Little bit of kick up in the pan, but nothing crazy. Next, I'll take my Refer 13 and go into Warm Croissant, which is just a little bit deeper. Wow, Jenny's been on the wagon. No Carbville. This is a little painful, but I can dream, right? I would like a warm croissant. A little bit of fallout. No biggie. Just going back in with that Sigma E25 to blend those 2 shades a little bit together. I don't have anything on the brush except maybe what was left over. Just for giggles, I'm going to take my JennDBeauty E04 and I'm going to go into this Black Coffee. Very small brush. And I'm just going to, oh yeah, look at that. That is black, like ink. Be very careful. Just like to place it first. Back into the Refer 13 and the Warm Croissant. And just blend those edges. Right on that edge. And I'm just doing that powder on a spoolie trick that I just talked about. If you haven't seen it, I will link it. I cleaned up the fallout that I had. My fault, because it's not on this side and it is on this side. I'm just a little heavy-handed working on that. Let's choose a shimmer. I think what I would like to do is use the Toasted Bagels and the coconut cream. So I'll first go in with the Toasted Bagels right here. And they truly do have one of the nicest shimmer formulas. Now for the coconut cream. Wow. I'm gonna go back into that E04 from JennDBeauty, and I'm gonna use some of this Hot Cocoa Kiss, which is the darkest shimmer on that row. Gonna wet it a little. Put that on the outer edge. No problem. Wiping brush off on my Sigma switch. And then I'll go into Toasted Bagels. Spritzing again, and use that on the inner. I'm gonna take this little tiny A18 from Morphe, and I just gotta get into this almond milk. Love a good brightness in my inner corner. Very happy. I'm gonna add some liner and mascara, and I'll be right back with my final thoughts. I'm back, and wow. We'll start with my thoughts on this palette. I forgot how good Sydney Grace shadows are. This is a beautiful palette that's gonna give you a multitude of looks. My look today, I think, is brown with a little tinge of green in it. Kind of reminds me of the new Natasha Denona Mini Gloom. Then we have this center row if you just wanted a soft pinky look, and then this lovely gray toned bottom row. You go from super bright to super dark, so I love that that contrast is there. You could use the black for a liner. You can use the light in the inner corner like I did. Yes, my biggest complaint is that I'm hungry now. The perfume, absolutely. This is, again, the Moonlit Meadow. So good if you are a fruity, floral, gourmand kind of gal like me. So good. The packaging, the price. And now for the Merit. I am so happy to have a new shade of the Minimalist product. I can use that sand all over my face. I can use the Ecru if I want to brighten under my eyes. Today I just used the sand. The eye without the corrector, I think, looks just as good as the eye with the corrector. I was able to build it up. Love the brush. Super soft. This will get used. The Uniform SPF and the Priming Moisturizer. These I'm gonna need to spend a little bit more time with. My face is looking glowier now than it was earlier. I like the glow on my cheeks, but I didn't powder that, if you remember. But I can see on my chin and on my forehead that that shine is back. I'm not feeling heavy or oily, but I would prefer those areas to be matte. We shall see how it wears. Pay attention to the description box. For now, I'm gonna add a little bit more of my Huda Powder just to mattify and blur that area again, because I do prefer that look. And then I will give it a spray with my one size. Overall, so happy with everything that I played with. Everything worked out great. I will keep you posted on all of the products. Be sure you are subscribed because I will follow up at the end of the month. I will use these products again and again. I will have more looks with this palette for you. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Be sure you leave a comment, even if it's just a heart, to let me know you were here. I thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you in the next one.